I'm Marcus Young, and this is Fred Finch Speaks. Today I'm standing on the campus of the 126-year-old organization Fred Finch Youth Center, right here in the center of Oakland, California. This is the oldest institution in the city of Oakland and one of the oldest continuing operations that deal with children, youth, and families in California today. We're going to meet the recipient of this year's John F. Steinfirst Community Award, Tom Bates. Through his decades-long political career, Tom Bates has committed himself to helping children, youth, and families, not only in the Bay Area, but in the entire state of California. So why don't you come with me, and we're going to go talk to Tom. Hi, I'm sitting here with Tom Bates, former mayor of Berkeley, former state assemblyperson, former board of supervisors for Alameda County, right?
Right.
What are you most proud of with respect to the work that you've done for children, youth, and families in California?
I was in office for 38 years, a long time. And during that time, I did a number of bills, but the one that really stands out, and I think the one that I made the most contribution to was, that sounds funny, but it was blended funding. It was taking funding that was coming from the state and the county and the federal government and allowing people to have the flexibility of using that funding to provide for the needs of the kids, not so much what the needs of the funders. So I think that actually made a huge difference because it opened up a lot of innovation for people to be able to receive services in the community. A lot of residential programs were able to flourish, and places like Fred Finch was able to use that funding in a really wonderful way.
What's been your experience with Fred Finch over the years?
Well, what happened was I was elected to the Board of Supervisors in this district. I was actually elected in Oakland, not in Berkeley. And that was the first time I had the opportunity to serve. And once I got into office, one of the things I did was come and visit Fred Finch and have an opportunity to see what they were actually doing with the kids. And then I was very fortunate in that in Alameda County at that time, we just received money from the federal government, unfettered money that we could use. It was called revenue sharing, and we could use that money any way we needed, we wanted to do, as long as it was for a public purpose. So I was able to help Fred Finch, with that money. So that sort of cemented our relationship, and then I got an opportunity to see what wonderful work they were doing here, and so I was just delighted to have that in the heart of my district.
Fantastic. That's great. Obviously, you still have peers that are in office today who are still doing the work, carrying the the flag for this type of work today. What is the advice that you give to them, if you could, about focusing in on children, youth, and families?
Well, I think the main thing is a lot of times people get in office and it's sort of a flash. They have a great idea, like they have to do something and make a splash. Children and family work is a long-term. It's a long-term proposition. It's getting involved, learning the subject, and then figuring out what you can do to help along the way to make things better, to give kids better opportunities to succeed and families to be successful. So my advice would be to people to look at it, to learn the subject, get to know what's going on, what's available, what kind of services we're providing, and then try to figure out how they can help, keep that ball rolling. And so I would say focus, if you could. Focus on trying to, keep the ball moving.
Tom, tell us a little bit about why fighting for children and families has been kind of at the core of your political career. Why is that?
Well, a lot of it had to do with circumstances. I was very, very fortunate to be elected to the Board of Supervisors at a really youngest age. I was the youngest one ever elected at the Alameda County Board of Supervisors. And what happened was that, I got in early, and then when I got in the legislature, I was fortunate to be assigned to be on the committee that was called the Human Services Committee. So I served on that committee, and then I became the chairman of that committee. So a period of time of almost 20 years, I was actively involved in trying to work on children and family issues. But so you could take the long view, say, okay, come on, we'll keep working. This bill didn't make it this time, trying to get services for kids in the community. It didn't make it. We can try again next year, and then the next year, and then we can work on the budget to try to get funding. So it was like a concerted effort to try to work on children and family.